And here is the Senior Bowl most valuable player, Cincinnati Bearcat Isaiah Pead from Columbus, Ohio.
When I'm just working out on my own, this is my office. You know, this is where I get dressed up at with my suit and tie, and I come to work hard every day.
Well, I'm feeling very good for Butch Jones, a good friend of mine, head football coach at the University of Cincinnati, and he coached Isaiah Pead, and you saw what he did. We know he can play the running back position, but he had long punt returns of one of 60 yards, one of 30 yards plus. And I think when you can do that, Matt, it does allow the coaches to evaluate you and say, wow, he gives us more than just a runner. He affects our special teams as well. So stock is up. It's rising now like Google stock for Isaiah Pead. And you love to see kids on stage like this really go out and play well, Matt.
Yeah, when you talk about versatility, anytime you get a guy who's going to give you that kind of versatility, that's a big plus.
You see guys are known as hard, tough-nosed guys who are just going to get after it.
Playing for Coach Jones makes you mentally tough.
And you know, now we're mentally tough.
Because it just toughens you up mentally and physically.
Getting your mental toughness right. And, you know, if you can get that mental toughness, if you can get your mental down, your mental part of the game down, you know, the physical will come behind.
You're just mentally tough, and you can just nothing's going to phase you.
Coach Jones does a good job of demanding your utmost effort. And I think that that's something in the NFL that you have to have. You have to be able to go harder than anybody else.
Just make yourself available every day and just try to outwork the guy next to you.
And be 63 effort. That's something that Coach Jones always preaches, playing to the whistle.
Go. This is a good football player here, Wolfe from Cincinnati. Dominant senior year, Charles. He had 21.5 TFLs, 9.5 sacks.
Really matured during his time there.
You got to be mentally prepared for every workout that you go through with those guys. So stuff like that, that's easy. Stuff that we did out here, that was nothing. So they put you through those standard drills and all that, and make you go out there and wrestle each other on a mat, you know. But it prepares you well, and I think it showed through the Combine and the Senior Bowl and through the drills I do. It's just you don't show that you're tired, and your mental toughness has to be, you know, at a certain point to where nothing phases you.
We're talking about Isaiah Pead from Cincinnati. What a terrific week he had. Heath Evans, our colleague, loved him from day one. I believe we did too. And today, special teams, punt returns, setting up blocks, and almost going the distance here. Was he tripped up by a player or the turf monster? Either way, a terrific return. How about him setting up the blocks here? Starts one way, sets up a block, sets up another block, gets to the corner. And if Janoris Jenkins doesn't make this play here, he maybe goes down the sideline. And then later in the game, he gets to his specialty, running the football, finding the holes. Look at him finishing it with authority downfield. Isaiah Pead, our MVP this evening. I thought he was absolutely terrific.
Wherever I start, I'm going to work to be that number one position. So if the number one position is a third down back, then I'm going to be that third down back. If he's every down, I'm working for the every down. You know, whatever his job is, I want. And but at the same time, I'm not a selfish player. You know, I'm going to be a team player, and whatever role I have is going to be played to its full potential.
Heath Evans, do you like him?
Hey, I love this kid. You just saw a lot of great things. You saw some patience in the backfield. You saw the north-south ability. You saw the speed, the burst. You saw the open field ability to make a guy miss. And then at the very end, lower that shoulder, be a physical finisher for a 200-pound back. Man, I am high on this kid.
It's literally a great dream come true. At the same time, it's not done. You know, that's just another stepping stone that you got to continue to work for. But just to get to that stepping stone and step on that stone, that'd be big.
Isaiah Pead out of Cincinnati been outstanding in this ball game, but Mike and Charles very impressed with your special team skills, but you just added those to your game this year. How have you proven yourself for the NFL?
I hope I've proven that I can be a versatile person, a player as far as offense, catching the ball, running the ball, and special teams. You know, it's something that I've been doing all my years at Cincinnati, but haven't really got thrown into a game until these last few games at the end of our season. So
just try to outwork the guy next to you. You know, that's another thing that was instilled within the program. You know, you competed every day at everything you did.
And his coach, Butch Jones, very proud of Derek Wolfe being here, very proud of Isaiah Pead being here.
Yep.
And I asked him, I said, what is it about these kids? And he said, well, you see the athleticism. You've watched that all week. It's what they did off the field, how far they came as people that he's most proud of. So those guys have really shown their head coach something in their time in Cincinnati.
Always finish drills, always end with a burst. And like I said, this is your workplace, always come to work. Never take any workout for granted, whether it's a pro day workout or an individual workout with myself.
The scouts want to see you finish drills and not stop short, and I was been doing it 2 years with Coach Jones, so it was just second nature.
And they get nothing but the best out of me every day of practice, every week of the game, and every day in off season as well.
I think in the NFL, like I was saying earlier, you see guys are known as hard, tough-nosed guys who are just going to get after it. We might not be the physically most gifted guys, but we're definitely, when it gets down to it, they want us in the foxhole with them. We're the guys that kind of, there ain't no quitting a UC player.